Hi everybody, welcome to my LindaFit Pilates Sculpt workout. Don't forget to hit the bell and to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss this and other great workouts. Now this is a great workout because we're going to focus on the muscles in the thighs and the backs of the hips and the sides of the hips, the whole thing. Are you ready? The first thing we're going to do is get to our mat. Make sure you have a cushioned mat because we will be on our hands and knees and we come into our classic quadruped position. So I got my finger pads pushing down, thumbs in. I'm going to inhale, arch, exhale, round, inhale, arch, exhale, round. So we're limbering up the spine. Inhale, arch, exhale, round, arch, exhale, round, arch, round, arch, round. Hold, push down, stretch the back, and then come into a neutral spine. Now we're going to warm up those hips before we get into our workout. We're going to lift the leg and we're going to circle, 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 and circle. Now we're going to reverse that for another 8. Circle, circle. Try to keep your other hip nice and steady. It's just the left hip. We're drawing a circle, warming up that hip joint. All right, now I'm going to do it to the other side. My right hip circles, and you can see how I hold my left. Circle, 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 circle. Hands strong, pushing down, and then I reverse. Circle, circle. Nice, smooth circles on that right hip joint, and make sure you keep your hips nice and still. It's just that right leg circling. All right, so we got a little warmed up. Let's just stretch down into a quick child's pose. Fingers forward, hips back. So we stretch the back out. And then we're ready to begin. Hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to start with our left leg. We're going to reach back, hold the belly in, chest up, tall spine. And those left toes are facing down. And we're going to lift and lower. Lift, lower. Really straighten the knee. Squeeze the glute. Lift, lower. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, squeeze the glute, keep the chest high, belly in, lower, and lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, hold. We're going to squeeze the glute. Now we're going to add on. We're going to take that right arm in front, pull the arm into the socket, and make sure your hips are level across your bellies, and we're going to pulse, 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 pulse. Pulse, 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 pulse. Keep the chest high, the belly in, and pulse, 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 and hold. So now we have one arm, one leg up. Push into your left hand, lift your chest, your belly. Now watch where we go with this. We're going to bend the knee, bend the elbow, straighten. So it's a bicep hamstring curl at the same time. Bend, straighten. Bend, straighten, bend, straighten. Now keep up on that right hip. Don't sink into it. Bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend. Squeeze the biceps, squeeze the hamstring, straighten, and bend, straighten, bend, straighten, and bend, and straighten. Abs tight. We breathe here. Hold. Look past your fingers. Lift your chest. Now we're going to return the right arm, push into 2 hands, and watch where we go from here. I'm going to bend my knee. I'm going to cross, up, and lower. Up, cross, up, lower, up, cross, up, lower, up, cross, up, lower, up, cross, up, lower. Really work those glutes. Squeeze the inner thighs. Up, cross, up, lower, feel that glute, cross, up, lower, just 2 more, up, cross, up, lower, and 1 more, up, cross, up, hold, breathe. Now watch where I go. I'm going to just bring my knee down. I'm not going to let it touch, and I'm going to clam open and close, clam, close. Stay strong on your right hip, close, open, close, open, close, open, close. Now don't sink into that right hip. Push into your hands. Chest is high. Belly strong. Up, lower, up, lower. Now watch. We're going to up, straighten out, bend, lower. So it's like a little judo kick to the side, lower, clam, kick, bend, lower, clam, kick, bend, lower, clam, kick, bend, lower, clam, kick, bend, lower. Again, stay strong in your arms. Don't sink into your right hip, and keep a nice strong spine. And clam, kick, clam, lower, clam, kick, clam, lower, clam, kick, clam, lower, clam, kick, clam, lower. Woo, these are hard. Just a few more. Clam, kick, clam, lower, and one more kick and lower. We press back. Whoa, that hip must be burning. We're going to come and we do the whole thing to the other side. So we started very simply, then we added a little balance with one arm, and then it was all about that side hip and those deep rotators. So we're going to do our other side. I'm going to reach my leg back, belly in, strong spine. I'm going to lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. When you lift, squeeze that butt. Lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. Make sure your foot's right behind your butt. Lift, lower, lift, lower. We're going to lift whole, belly, and we're going to bring the arm out in front. I'm going to keep the chest high, the belly in, and we're going to bend and straighten. Bend, straighten. Bend, straighten. Bend, straighten. And again, bend, straighten. When you bend, squeeze your bicep and your back hamstring. Keep pushing into your right fingers. Chest is high, belly in. Bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten. Keep it very smooth. Elbow high, knee lifted. And we're not going to sink into that left hip. Bend, straighten, bend, and straighten. We're going to hold here. Breathe. Keep that chest high, that belly in. And now we're just going to pulse, 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 and pulse, 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 pulse. So I went a little out of order on this side, but I didn't want to forget this. Arms straight, legs straight, pulse, 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 pulse. Don't shake the spine. Keep that back leg strong. Now we're going to hold, breathe, and now we're going to bring that back hand in. We're going to bend the knee, flex the foot, and we're going to cross up and lower. Reach, cross, up, lower. Reach, cross, up, lower. Reach, cross, up, lower. Reach. Ooh, you really feel your glute now because you've done the other side. So that leg was working in a supportive way. So it's already a little fatigued. So it's up, cross, up, lower. Feel that inner thigh as you cross. Feel that glute as you bring the foot up. Lower. Keep those arms strong. Pushing into the fingers. Up, cross, up, lower, up, cross, up, lower, and up, cross, up, lower. But we're not going to touch the bottom knee. We do our clams. Hips stay level across. Belly, and we clam open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close. Keep strong in your left hip. We don't sink into the left side. Nice tall spine. Belly in. And I press my thigh out, and I slowly bring it in. 2 more. And now I'm going to add my kick. I clam, kick, bend, in, clam, kick. And it's kind of fun to kick that leg out. But when you kick, hold on to your support left side. Clam, kick, bend, in. Clam, kick, bend, in. Clam, kick, bend, in. Strong support arms. Reach, kick, bend, in. Reach, kick, bend, in. Keep those abs tight. That supports the lower back. And don't let your spine collapse. Few more. Reach, kick, bend, in. Reach, kick, bend, in. Reach, kick, bend, in. And reach, kick, bend, in. 1 more. Kick it out. Ooh. We come on down. Those were challenging. So your glutes, right, should feel like they've had quite a workout. But we're not done. And at least we went from side to side before we come to this other challenging series, the last thing I have planned for a great butt and thighs. We're going to come now into our kneeling side kicks. This comes from Pilates, but we still do it in our traditional sculpt work as well. But again, just like Pilates, we keep the belly in, tailbone tucked, and as I reach out, I get my shoulder over my wrist, and I can be a little diagonal in my bottom thigh, okay? You can also be straight up on your thigh, but many of you will feel more comfortable to shift your weight and have a more diagonal orientation. Hand to hip. Guess what? We're going to bend the knee, and we're going to continue now in the spirit of clamps to lift the hip height and lower. To lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. And guess what? You're going to feel this in your outer hip as well here, just as much as your top outer hip here. 2 more. And 1 more. Now we're going to hold up at the top, firm the hand, the finger pads, so the arm is working, connecting us to our trunk, and we're going to straighten and bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend. So when we straighten, we add quadriceps, and still working that outer and some of the back of the hip. Straighten, bend, straighten, bend. Straighten, bend, stay with me. Strong right support arm. Keep that thigh hip height. Straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend. 2 more. Straighten, bend, hold. Now watch, we're going to put those 2 exercises together. We're going to lift, straighten, bend, lower. Lift, straighten, bend, lower. Lift, straighten, bend. Don't collapse it. Lift, straighten, bend, control lower. Lift, straighten, bend, control lower. Lift, straighten, bend, control lower. Lift, straighten, bend. Keep that strong right support arm, belly in, spine tall. So although it's about the legs, we really want to stay connected to our strong support base. Few more. Lift, straighten, bend, close. Lift, straighten, bend, close. And lift, straighten, bend, and close. Woo! We're going to come down, take a rest on that side. All right. We come. There's a beautiful bird watching me. Hello. Oh, there he is. I hope he's in the shot. All right, these beautiful birds. Now I come onto my other side. Again, you can be straight up on your thigh. If you're more comfortable to shift and get more diagonal, you can do it that way. Okay, but we want tailbone in, ribs in. We're going to start by bending the knee. We're going to lift to hip height and lower. Lift, lower. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Very controlled. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. Strong support arm. Nice straight back. Lower. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. Don't drop that leg. Lift, lower. Feel it all in the outer hip. Lift, lower, lift, and lower. We lift, hold, breathe. We're going to now do our straighten, bend. Straighten, bend. Straighten, bend. Straighten, bend. Don't drop the thighs. Straighten, bend. Straighten, bend. Straighten, bend. Straighten, bend. Again, straighten, bend. You're going to feel your glute, your hamstrings. Straighten, bend. And 1 more. Straighten, bend. Straighten, bend. Straighten, bend. Straighten, bend. Now, we put those 2 together. We're going to lower, lift, straighten, bend. Lower, lift, straighten, bend. These are hard. Don't drop. Straighten, bend. Lower, lift, straighten, bend. Lower, lift, straighten, bend. Lower, lift, straighten, bend. Lower, lift, straighten, bend. Woo! You feel your bottom hip, your top hip, and keep that support arm strong. Your spine stable. Few more. Lower, lift, straighten, bend. Lower, lift, straighten, bend. 1 more. Lower, lift, straighten, hold. We bend, and we come on down. Woo! So your hips should be on fire. So let me do my favorite stretch to release those hips. Ooh, we're going to come back quickly. Do our figure 4. Flex your feet. Your right shin comes over your left thigh. Flexing the feet, push out on your right thigh, pull in on your left. And you breathe. Ooh, it feels so good. Releasing those hip muscles in the back and some on the side. We breathe. Ooh, inhale, exhale. You can always visit my LindaFit stretches for more deeper stretches or longer stretches. We'll just do a few here. as we wrap up, and then we switch sides. Oh, feels so good. Flex the feet. Hold the back of your right thigh. Push out on the left. And we're breathing, flexing the feet. Use that breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Ooh. Feels so good. Now, push feet down. Let's just do a quick bridge. As you bridge up, point your knees forward. Lift your hips. You want to stretch those front hip flexors. Bring the arms back. Lengthen. Reach your fingers forward. Your knees forward. Your hips to the sky. Press into those feet. Lift your sit bones high. And then roll those vertebrae slowly down, one vertebra at a time. We're going to roll up to a seated position. We're just going to end with a side stretch to release the sides of the back here. Lift, stretch, opening that left side. Come back to center. Lift, stretch. Opening up that right side. And we come back to center. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that express quick workout for the hips, the thighs. I look forward to seeing you again real soon. Have a great day.